There's certain projects in the space that you just can't ignore. There's certain projects in the space that you have to add to your portfolio. In this video, we're going to be covering Quant QNT, how I believe 10 to 15 Quant could potentially be life-changing. If you hold 10 to 15 Quant, you won't want to miss this video, man. I've done live streams on the channel a number of times, and Quant is always brought up as one of the altcoins that, is such a powerful force in the space. You have to own Quant, right? So Quant is a smart audit system that protects enterprises' foundation of the blockchain economy. It is focused on tokenizing carbon credits on the blockchain. So central bank digital currencies, we all know about that, man. We all know about what's happening with CBDCs, the World Economic Forum, etc., right? And how eventually there will be implementation of CBDCs, and more than likely will replace the previous financial system as we know it, right? Quant is helping customers dramatically reduce their time to market, create new revenue lines, and mitigate risk. So right here, what is super interesting to me, financial institutions. We help banks, investment firms, and other financial institutions to embed central bank digital currencies, programmable money, and other tokenized assets into their businesses. Now, I personally am against this system. I'm personally against it. Like CBDCs, what's gonna happen as the previous financial system collapses, and then there more than likely will be an implementation of CBDCs in all the governments, right? And that money is programmable. There's so much control that could come from it, and it could be pretty much dystopia, a dystopian world, right? But who's to say you can't make a ton of money? Who's to say you can't make a ton of gains and use the gains that you get from being early to new technologies to escape that system and separate yourself from that system, right? Move to countries that don't use that system or have different methods that you could use in their financial system. For example, like Bitcoin with El Salvador, how Bitcoin is legal tender. If you want to opt out from CBDCs, you could take your crazy gains you get in this gem called Quant and go take, live in El Salvador with those gains, right? But again, this is very interesting stuff, because when it comes to Quant, that means governments, of the world as we know it, the US government could implement Quant and their technology to help develop their CBDCs and run them and create interoperability for them, right? So the use case of Quant is such a unique and innovative use case, unlike anything we've seen, which could potentially see mass adoption for Quant and their interoperability with CBDCs. Enterprises as well, different partners, and for the developers. You may be a part of the 1% of developers who understand the complexities of blockchain. With Quant Connect, you don't need to be to build powerful apps that will run on any chain, right? So basically, they make it simple for people like yourself and myself that aren't fully, don't fully know a lot of code and etc. Through Quant Connect, we could be developers and build the apps ourselves, right? Why Quant? We make blockchain simple, trusted, and future-proof. The interoperability part, man, that is a massive use case. Tokenized assets, ease of use, blockchain-based use cases, adaptability, security. Our founder and CEO has more than 20 years of cybersecurity experience. C-level accountability. We see what's happening with the world with as the world gets more and more into a fully functional AI driven society. Cybersecurity is going to be a massive necessity. It's going to be a massive use case for the world as we know it, for companies, homes, you name it, right? And that is very important, that the CEO has more than 20 years of experience in that in that line of development, right? Resilience, obviously, protecting against risk in the volatile world, and programmability. Tokenized money is an ability to embed gradual control of its behavior. The money of the future will be smarter, more useful, and more purposeful, right? So again, massive use cases for this project. People keep mentioning it in my live stream. I'm gonna start adding my Quant, start adding Quant to my bag. Hopefully we don't see a huge run in going into the next bull cycle too quickly, right? So I can still buy Quant around these levels, and we're gonna get into price action in a bit. Future of finance today, and they always have news updates as well, which is awesome to see, right? Build a blockchain economy, and there's so much more we could go through. Maybe in future videos I'll go through it one step at a time. They have careers, media center, events, and the different use cases for Quant. Guys, look at this, man. So much things for this project. The partners, developers as well. La Chain, Nexi, Oracle, partnering with Quant. Look at that, man. So many things that is built out for this project. A supply chain, blockchains, and bringing clarity to certain areas such as procurements, logistics, provenance, customs, and payments, enabling a new generation of supply chains. You already know supply chains are very important. I have friends that are truckers, right? And the truckers are super important to what we to our society as we know it, man. Pilots as well, very important. And look at that, Quant is building to level up or develop further the supply chains of the world. Globally interconnected sourcing and trading environment, fast, secure, cost-efficient supply chains are essential. While blockchain technology is making progress in addressing these problems, the real breakthrough will come when supply chains can connect seamlessly, securely with financial and payment systems. Man, opening up marketplaces of ways of funding capital purchases, trade finance market in new era by providing stakeholders, participants with access to swappable digital assets, smart choices which did not exist previously. And they have the different challenges and the solution to it, man. Redefining, reducing friction in international trade, integrating payments across the supply chain, digital twins, the challenge. Supply chains and financial systems use different blockchains which cannot easily interoperate. Until this challenge of interoperability is met, the full potential of blockchain for supply chains and trade finance will not be realized. So that's where Quant's true potential shines, as being this interoperable monster of a project, man. And the price action speaks for itself as well, right? Let's take a look at that, right? This is the all chart for Quant. Typically projects, when they had their huge run up into the bull cycle, right? A lot of projects had their run. Quant 2018 was less than 30 cents, went all the way up to $374 in the bull run. Life-changing gains if you held it for years, right? Few years of just holding for a few years, and you made life-changing money, right? And guess what? It didn't retrace as much as a lot of other altcoins did. A lot of other altcoins dropped so far from their all-time high. Quant is like 3x back, just under a 3 to 4x back to its all-time high, which is amazing, right? That means going into the next bull cycle, if the chart is holding up so well, you could see a huge parabolic move going into the next bull cycle, and just the future of crypto as we know it with Quant. Not just one bull cycle and then it's the next bull cycle it's over. No, this is a long-term project that will potentially last for the future of crypto as we know it, man. I saw a thread the other day speaking about Quant and how it would eventually be in the top 10 of crypto. And that's why I can't ignore it, man. I really can't. Just under $90 now at 1 bill market cap. Low supply, like similar to Bitcoin. Only just under 15 million Quant that will ever exist, right? On tier 1 exchanges already. And the community of Quant as well, the CEO, all of that are just so finely tuned to a success, to become a truly successful project. It has already seen massive run in the past, and I wouldn't be surprised it does it again, right? A 10x for Quant is $10 billion in market cap. That is pennies. That is peanuts. That is peanuts, right? A 10x would be $1,000 Quant, right? $100 to $1,000. So potentially a $10,000 Quant, $20,000, $30,000 Quant in the future, similar to Bitcoin's price. I wouldn't rule it out at all, guys. I really wouldn't rule it out. If I hold 100 Quant, that's around $10,000. You're chilling in a good place right now. But for the people, average person out there that can't afford, $10,000 to invest in crypto, things are tough. Inflation is super high. Grocery shopping, gas, prices on everything, rent, mortgages is through the roof, man. So the average person, you're tuning in, the average person, you're new to Quant, and you could only afford 10 to 15 Quant. I think that would be nice for you going into the next bull cycle and going into the future. If you're here in the space and you're thinking long term, not just a year from now or 2 years, but 5 years from now, 10 years from now, like Warren Buffett. This is how you become a billionaire in this space, man, if you're thinking truly long term. Because think about all the people that was buying Quant back in 2018, right? And the people that actually held for years, like 4 years they held for, and they were rewarded for it, right? It's all a patience game, right? CZ Binance has a quote: "You can't be rich if you don't hold." Right? So, just had to cover the project on the channel. I'll be doing more videos. I have more videos lined up right after this one. But I just had to do an introduction to the project for the people that never saw the project. I think Quant is massive, and Quant should be in your portfolio. Even if it's just 10 to 15 Quant, I think you'll see potentially great gains from that, because 10 to 15 Quant is around $1,000. Quant does a 50 to 100x. That's potentially $50,000 to $100,000 going into the next bull cycle, right? And I'd be happy for 50 to 100k. I'm happy for that, especially with what's going on in the world, and the economy, how terrible it is, right? If you hold Quant, you're a Quant holder. You already been in Quant for a while. Please show some support to the channel. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Share the videos with the rest of the Quant holders. And if you're new to Quant, let me get your thoughts down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.